programs and systems to how their students doing examinations online. So in this case, what I want to show you is the flow that is from the end users, how the students will actually be able to do their examinations on the D-Day. So when the students come, all they will do is that they will log in using their usernames and passwords. Of course, if they're using the LMSs, they will log in from their learning management systems. And we have implemented a single sign-on, which will allow them to actually log in from their LMS to the examination platform. But since I'm just using this, so I will log in from the exam system itself. So once the students log in, this is the landing page, and you can see it's a plain, straightforward system that devoid of the very many features, especially the ones that could be misleading during the examination. So we just want them to learn, see their courses that they're doing, and to see their calendar or any other exam that they have done in the past. So for example, I have two exams here. I have a trial exam, and then there is also another demo exam that I have. So if the students were to do the exams, all they will do, they will come and click on the trial exam. They will see the rules and regulations that are always there. Like this one needs a face match. They need to verify that that's the name, the same student, and then they need to have the responders locked on browser. So when they scroll down, the first thing I will do is I will click on that to match my face. Yeah, so instantly my camera will come on, and I will be able to take my picture. So you can see there's a profile picture. It says if there's no profile picture, or if it does not match, you need to consult somebody to have it corrected. So I will take the picture, but before I take it, let me cover my eyes. So you can see that if it is not me, or if I'm covering my face, then it will automatically fail. So in that instance, I'm not able to proceed with the exam, so I need to keep trying. Or if it is not me, then it means the exams are out of bounds for me. But in the event that I have, I'm sitting upright, you will see that it will get verified immediately, and then now the student can be able to return exams to actually do the exams. But not that fast, because there is another security feature that has been added called responders locked on browser that will now allow the students to lock out all the other windows before they do the examination. So if they launch this, then everything will be closed down except the online exam system, which they will now be doing the exams, and the camera will always be on during the examination. But since I don't want to launch this because I needed to show you, that is why I had it. Now I want to use the other exam to show you how the exams will actually be done. So I'm going to this exam now, and then I will just click on maybe reattempt, because I had done my first match. So you can see my camera will always be on the top right, and it's telling me make sure your face is within the boundaries. Then I can now answer my question. So I can use the tools that have been provided. I can now write the answer. For example, the first question is COVID-19 has slowed the economies. Discuss. I will write my essay just by typing whatever answer that we have, and I can use the formatting tools to make sure it is right. Then in instances whereby you have allowed students to upload files, for example, there were certain sophisticated graphs and diagrams that needed to be drawn. So you can allow them to go on a piece of paper, scan it using their phones, and then they can actually be able to upload it here as attachments so that they will be part and parcel of the exam. And then they can also go to the next pages, go to the next questions, and all the proctor will actually be taking my images in instances from between 15 seconds to 60 seconds, depending on how you want it. So the different types of questions are there, multiple choice, and you could also as well have like descriptive questions where you have case studies, and after that you have the questions down below where you can be able to work on. And once the students are done, they will finish it, and all the answers will be shown here for a preview, and then they can return to their attempts, or they can submit and finish. All the answers are always auto-saved, so that in the event that there is internet disruptions, everything will be saved and it will be submitted when the time is up. But for students who are always very quick, they can do the exam and submit before time. For them, they can do that, but they will not have the liberty to come back to continue with the exams in case they remember some of the answers. That is the flow, according to the students. They will log in, they will be able to get their exams, they will do the face matching first, launch the lockdown browser, access exams, do it, and all their images will be monitored as they do the examinations. And we have this tool and many other tools that we will be showing you in subsequent webinars. But now, having said that, let's now go back to our PowerPoint presentation so that we are able to cast the future of the online examination system. So like we've seen, we all agree that the institutions know that they now know that online examinations will be part and parcel of the future assessments. And some of the reasons why the proctoring will become significant in classrooms include the following reasons. They will allow students to actually do the exams from anywhere in the world. So for example, if I was like I've seen Bryson there, Bryson, good to see you. If the institution was University of Lusaka was having students in Nairobi, and I think they have. If you are having end semester examinations, then the students would be able to take the exams from Nairobi, and they would not necessarily have to travel back like it happens with the face-to-face scenario. So you can have exams from different parts of the world, and you can comfortably do it, and you can monitor it, and you will make sure that the exams are actually credible. And then there is also no need to set up examination centers, because we find that for exams, what happens is that we always say that for us to do the examinations, we normally say that we need to create exam centers in different parts of the world, let's say in different parts of the country, so that the students can actually go there, do the exams, and then as they do the exams, they will be monitored by the in-session supervisors or facilitators, so that their queries are answered and the examination is monitored. There is no need for that kind of infrastructure now, because once you have a system, you can actually monitor the students or the examinees from wherever they are. And then we also see that there is no need to employ the proctors. So the costs of sending the proctors to the different parts of the country. For example, if I'm in Nairobi and we have students in Cairo, then in normal scenarios, you find that for us to have an examination in Cairo, we'll need to rent a house or a room or a facility. Then we'll also have to hire supervisors in that region so that they're able to check for us for the exam. So in this case, with the systems, you don't need to actually employ such kind of facilitators, because you will be doing it using your own examiners from wherever you are. Then the other one is you can plan and schedule exams effortlessly. So you can simply plan it the way you want it. You can switch timetables just by communicating to the right offices and giving the students the broadcast that they need, so that they are able to actually do the examinations as is needed. Then the other one is that they are able to facilitate continuous communication. Yes, using the examination system with the chat system, you can actually be able to broadcast messages and communicate quickly with the students with regards to the examination. So this is very important, because there are certain changes that normally happen which are unforeseen, some are foreseen, and when they happen, then you need technology that can allow you to broadcast this kind of changes quickly to the user, so that they don't miss. Because you all understand that even when we know that we have messages on emails, sometimes you take time to check your email. So we need to have a system whereby it will send alerts, so that you're able to see alerts, you're able to quickly get into the onto the move and to check on what is happening. And the system is also giving an opportunity to conduct mass examinations, like on a higher scale. So if you are to do exams, let's say face to face, and everybody is on different locations. So you'll find that, let's say, if it's the US, and if it was face to face, so traditionally you'll find that you'll be saying that, okay, we are having an examination center in Washington DC. We have another examination center in LA, and another one in, let's say, New York. So only 3 examination centers. So you see, now there's some kind of restriction. Students have to travel to those cities to go and do the exams. If it is, let's say, in Malawi, so you would say that, okay, we will have one examination center in Lilongwe and another one in Blantyre. So you see, so there is some limitation in that case. But now, when you are doing it online, you can do exams from the comfort of your house. So it means that for the institution, again, it is now giving the benefit of having exams on a wider scale that will be available for everybody else. Then we also are able to generate results and certificates instantly. So results can always be found once the students have submitted. The lecturers will be able to do their marking and grading, and you can get instant feedback by just checking on the functionality that says give feedback. But then if the institution wants to first check on the results, do what we call, what is it called? They want to moderate on the results, then make them official, then they cannot give instant feedback. They will wait for them, for the processes to be concluded. Then after that, they will be able to get the results. But it's very easy to get instant feedback even in results, whereby in exams whereby we have multiple choices, and those that don't need actual marking and grading of the time. Then certificates can also be found instantly. So for those who have done this part of the examinations, they can also be able to get the certificates. And the certificates, I will also show you how to get them from the system, and then they are able to just print them and use them accordingly. And then we are also able to schedule the examinations quickly. So we will not wait for the timetable just to be printed, because the other challenge with the print timetable is that the timetables are not always cast in stone. There's always changes that happen. So you'd find that you have it today, you put it on the wall, then tomorrow there are changes. So it makes it kind of uncomfortable for everybody, because if you're changing the timetable 2 or 3 times, then it becomes disappointing for others. But then when you have it online and you tell them that please check on your calendars, they can always change, and it is easier for them to check online rather than sharing or having the wall pinned timetables, which will change because they will not know what is there. So all you need to have is have a timetable on the site, and then you will tell them that they will keep changing, and then everybody will be expecting and anticipating that if there is any change, then they will be able to get it from the timetable. And the system will also allow that kind of navigation where the lecturers will be able to change, or the exam planners can actually be able to change the schedules of the examinations accordingly as and when they actually need. So now let's delve deeper into the advanced features that we have on the exam system, especially right now as we look into the future. So we have a real-time recordings whereby all the activities in the examination systems are recorded real time, so that you are able to see logs, all the activities, image logs, everything that you need for use during the review processes. Because you see, after the exams, there could be external bodies like the maybe Commission of Higher Learning Institutions or the regulators. They could come back, they could join the process, and they would want just to come and review the processes that were going on, just to give it a clean bill of health. Then you could also have other groups, other partners wanting to come and just check. So they will get these real-time recordings, and they're able to actually see through the process and just to make sure that everything was in compliance with what the institution stood for. There is also the analytics, reports and analytics. We give all the kinds of analytics that you need, from when the entry time for the examinations to the end time, to how many exams are done, who attempted what, who did what, or who graded what. So all these kinds of analytics are always there on the examination platform. Whichever examination platform that you're using, analytics and reports form a big part of it, and it makes work easier for everybody who is involved within the process. Then we also have mobile apps for examinations. Yes, so with the advent of mobile technology and with the ease that it brings when we are doing, when we are using the mobile apps. So the mobile technology, especially when we have tools that can be used to do exams online, then that is a welcome. It means that that is where the exams are going. People will be able to do their exams on mobile phones. But currently, you'd find that with many technologies that are out there, having all the functionalities, for example, the lockdown browsers being supported by mobile technologies is not very easy, but that is the future. We will be doing exams on the mobile. Then the browser policies, regarding security, invigilation provision. I don't want to go into all those because you already know. The local development, we will always have the engineers and everybody else locally available, and they will also always be creating new things for us to do, or to make the examination architecture better for us. They will always have the alerts, the alerts and notifications sent out all there. We can always be integrating with our systems. You can have the LMS, we can integrate it with the examination system, and they can talk seamlessly. It could be a one-way, two-way kind of integration via APIs that will allow them to actually talk to each other as the exams are being done, so that we find that you can log in using the LMS, redirect to the exam platform, do your exam, the results are posted, then it adds the exams to what is called in the LMS, and then it is now exported to the ERP, that is the organizational system, whereby you find the marks and grades added. Then they also will avoid fraud, so that because it prevents this kind of cheating, it's cheat proof. So we know students will also be trying to invent new ways of trying to cheat with the system. But as technology partners, we'll also be finding new, better ways to prevent those threats as they come. Then there is, of course, no overhead. So we give you a system which will provide you everything that you need, so that we make sure that you don't have overhead costs, especially during the examination period. So we, at this point, you all know that when we are always talking about online exams, we are talking about the ones that are being proctored. But we have a different kind of exam, which is called open book, whereby you expect students to just go do their research and do everything else online or the library, then come and submit their work. So open book are also part and parcel of the exams, and we have certain misconceptions that we have with them, that they're actually students you don't have to study because you'll be researching. But you see, if you're told to do exams in 1 hour and you are given the library, if you are not smart, you'll not be able to pass that. So students always know that, okay, we can copy the more materials you give, the better, instead of just getting to the cracks of the matter. So this kind of misconceptions are always there, and I think as most of you are lecturers, you already know this. So there is also some of the considerations when you want to design open book exams. So you could see them. We have like I have here the first three. Like questions in open book need to be devised to access the interpretation and application of knowledge, comprehension skills, and critical, rather than only knowledge and recall, so that you create it in such a way that it is not just about the cramming, the memory part, so that they are able to actually provide the particular knowledge that we have. So let me go to the next slide. So these are still the considerations that you need to have, how to design your questions, how to think through what your students are actually thinking when they look at doing online examinations, so that you're able to provide that kind of tool. And we also want to check on online learning tools for teachers, how these tools can also be used by teachers. So they can be used for professional development, for them to create that kind of content and all that. As they can also use them to learn for their own growth. And then there is also for planning purposes. Of course, they want to plan if they want to plan their own activities. They can use the systems. If they want to plan lessons for the students, they can also do that. And then they can also use them for projects and assignments. Then they can also use that for student engagement purposes to engage students. And one of the ways of engaging students is not which is always better, is always the gamification, because when you add games to the class, you're making the classes be more fun. And when the classes are more fun, then people tend to learn a lot from such kind of content when they are actually incorporated. Then now, with the advent of distance virtual learning, we now use the virtual tools like Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, GoToTraining, GoToMeeting, all over to have these virtual sessions, whereby now we can use those tools to raise hands, discuss, share screens, and all this, just to make the classroom, the live experience interesting, so that we get to learn on our goals. Then they can also collaborate as they continue, of course, from teacher to teacher, student to student, or student to teachers, and vice versa, so that the interactions can always materialize and help towards the academic growth of the student. Then there is assessments, of course, which we have been talking about, and then there is also the video conferencing. So with that, we will see that the future of examinations, or even the digital learning, the future is very bright. And we know that with the right tools, the institutions can actually get more benefits, especially the benefits of mass reach or reach, global reach, which will allow the institutions to actually, get more revenue and generate more revenue, and use that kind of revenue to build on the research and the academic needs of the students. Because with more revenue, they will be able to engage more into the research areas that they need, and they will be able to produce even better content and deliver the world. Because with better content, we will have knowledge, and when we have knowledge, what we have is an empowered community. And when we have an empowered community, then it means that we'll have a better world. So thanks for listening. Once again, my name has been George Ominde, and it's been a pleasure going through the session with you. Let me look at the chat so that if there is any question, I can be able to respond. But if you have any questions as well, please feel free to post it on chat so that we are able to respond to them. Yeah, so I've seen a question from Dr. Karen Bit. Is asking that in subjects like accounting, statistics, how do you ensure that there is no cheating? Yes, so Kiran, what we have is that, see, with the system, if it is open book, they will do it. There's no way you can check it. But if it is being live proctored, and then there are different ways that you can use to actually monitor or to proctor the examination and make sure that the students are not cheating. Because first of all, as they are logging into the examination system, you will see that their images are being taken, and then we can have an environment check just to make sure that where there are no other materials. Then as they do the exams, if they will be doing now the calculations online, which is sophisticated, I agree. But then if you give them an opportunity to write their questions on a piece of paper so that they're able to draw those complicated and know those mathematical symbols, which seem easy on paper but difficult on the computers, you can allow them, but you will be seeing their faces on the screen. So you will actually be seeing them writing, and the technology will be giving red flags in case they're not on their seat, in case it notices something that is different, in case it notices a different face. Then this alerts will be given and you'll be able to check on them. So you can actually be able to tell when they are actually cheating, so that when they upload their work, you can actually be able to tell. But beyond the camera, because there's that question that I'm always asked, that what if somebody leaves and goes to the washroom and tries to do it that way? So beyond the camera, there's nothing that much that we can do, but there is always a facility whereby we can allow the lecturer to actually speak with the teacher. So you can ask the teacher, ask the student that, okay, George, where are you? Say, oh, I'm here. I said, no, you've been leaving your seat, so please make sure you're on your seat, you're being watched. If you're not doing that, then we will have to cancel your examination. So something like that, then it would make them stay on their seat and to make them learn, do the exams without breaking the rules and regulations. So the system is there, but the rules and regulations that you provide will play a huge part in the success, or in the in the online examination exercise. As I'm seeing Madam Windy, good morning, everyone. Looking forward to your present. Thank you. And then there is James here from Uganda Management Institute. I see a challenge with a solution here. Here, to ensure that everyone is included. The use of computer can be a problem, of course, and you might think that you are testing the knowledge of a question, yet you're actually testing. Yeah, that's I agree 1,000%. Then what about if students can use pens and write, and later they can send all documents and submit button. So in outskirt of Blantyre and Posh Lilongwe will always be. Yeah, so I agree with you 100%. So this is a challenge that is there from the start, because you see, for us, we have always been accustomed, I think me and all of us, we have been writing exams all from the basic education that we had. So if all of us know how to, let's assume every one of us knows how to use a computer. But then if you told us to draw, then very few of us will actually be able to draw something using a computer. But we'll draw it perfectly on a piece of paper. Yeah, so we can have that kind of system or that kind of exam. And that is one of the considerations that we always have when we advise our clients on the design of the examination questions. Because the design will actually now address your concerns. Because what it will do is that it will provide a level playing field for everybody. So that if I don't know how to type, I will have a blend of short answer questions. I will have multiple choice questions where I just need to tap the answers. And then I will also have small essays. Then you can add a little bit of open book as well, whereby I'm able to attach my files so that you have a blend of all those, so that it's not like a punishment. Because if I don't know how to type and you ask me to type, then I've failed. I will not do that exam. I will tell you, no, I'm sick. I'm not doing that because I will fail just because I don't know where H is, where J is. And it's time. The exams, they are very nature. There's a lot of pressure in it. So if there's pressure, then I don't know how to type, I will be failing even before starting the examination. So yeah, James, that's a good observation. That is something that institutions have to think about when they're giving approvals on the designs of the examination papers that they want. They can have a blend of the two. They can have proctored exams, but they can also allow them to write on a piece parts, not all the questions, parts on a piece of paper, so that they also benefit from the intended unintended benefits. Because you see, when you have exams online, the unintended benefit that you're giving to all the students is that they have to know how to use computers It's no longer now in their jurisdiction. They have to know it because if they know the exams will be online, they will go to computer lessons and start practicing how to type. So that will actually give them some of the benefits. They will know how to use this other tool so that by the time they're doing maybe their second, third exams, they're actually competent. Then there is from El Murray. So he said, do you have connectivity or bandwidth issues? Sometimes? Yeah, connectivity is something that is always there. So then let's say 2% will always have connectivity issues because you see, when you say that exams are being done from elsewhere, then it means I will try to do it from my village. So if I'm doing it from my village, maybe the internet is poor. So I can do maybe the trial exam, which is always compulsory for everybody to try. And if I realize that my internet is slow, then we will take the advice to move to the nearest center where the internet would be better. But then since internet is also a third-party service that is being provided by these service providers, you never know when the internet can go down. So it could disappear during the examinations, but now the provision is that the system will auto-save everything that you have. And then when you come back, when you get the connection back, maybe you switch to another service provider, you can be able to log in and continue doing your work. So that is something that is expected, and we are always able to do that. Then Bryson is asking, does the proctoring system log out students when who are seen cheating? Yeah. So Bryson, what happens is that you make the rules and regulations, then we do the configurations. Then if you are flagged for doing things which should not be doing, then the system will decide. So if you say that they need to be logged out automatically, then they will actually be logged out and message will be sent to them and to the proctor. Then the proctor can now discuss with the student to see if there is need for the proctor to actually allow them back to the examination room or to maintain and uphold the suspicious. So that is something that the system does. Once it is instructed to lock you out and you will not be able to log in. And Jane says, thanks, George. That was on a line. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Then Betty Tikoko says, does the class size matter in an online, does class size matter in exam invigilation online? Yes, but it matters. And that is why we normally advise our clients to actually look at the timetable keenly so that because there is that element of concurrent users. So let's say you have a class of an exam of 200 students. 200 students when you're proctoring online. So let's say you're one lecturer, you can do it very well. But then the support team, you can have 2-3 people supporting it. That's fine. They will be able to do the job very well. But then let's say the next lesson, next exam, you have 1,000 students concurrently online. Then it means now you as a lecturer, you need 2 or 3 lecturers to be proctoring. Then the support team also has to be considerably increased. You need 10 people because the percentage of students who will be asking questions will increase as the numbers increase. So that if they're asking questions, all you need to do is you need to respond to them. So between, let's say, you pick it 2 seconds, and between 2 to 10 seconds, you need to have responded to them. So it means that if you have very many people and you have less support team members or one person proctoring, then it means they will overrun you. And when they overrun you, it means that they will be asking questions and you'll be taking 2 minutes to respond to them. See, in an exam, I need my answers immediately. Like you say, I need my tea hot. If it is cold, I'm not taking it. So if I'm asking you to help me, I'm stuck, I can't log in, and the time is ticking, and it's an exam, it's 1 hour, and it's 15 minutes, the pressure will be increasing. So the size matters. Size matters. The proportionately should be allocated the live support team and to the proctor so that the coordination is all good and everybody else is comfortable. And Jean is also asking, can we integrate with Zoom into the LMS? Yeah, Zoom can be integrated with the LMS. We've done it for several clients so that they're able to use Zoom for their virtual classes, and because Zoom has some other benefits. Then Patrick says, thank you, presenter. Is it possible to proctor exam up to 1,000 students taking exams? So yes, you can proctor 1,000 students, but you need to also have requisite number of support team members because 1,000 means 110%. So 10% can decide to ask questions at the same time. So you know, it means you'll have like 100 questions. So if you have 10 people, then 10 people can respond to 10 people at the same time. So that is fine. So 10 people or 1,000 people would work very, very well. So these support people could also be members of the faculty, because they can also be they will be asking other questions. They would be asking, I can't see this, I can't see this, I can't see this. So that somebody can pick up 10 charts and just be responding to them. And then we also have canned messages. So somebody might be saying, I can't see this, so you will just give them that canned message, just tap it, and then they will get a response, then they will answer the question. So that it means you are like a robot, but you're actually giving the real-time feedback. Then Jean again says, LDB and Zoom are two different apps, and they need to run concurrently. However, once you launch, it blocks the other application. So it blocks the other application. So for developers, they look for ways of doing that. But lockdown browser will always lock, and that is one of the challenges that we have also had as a development, stable, whereby we sometimes our clients tell us to add the video feature, but lockdown browser blocks it. So we have always been looking at the AI as the best alternative, because the AI, when you are taking images after every 15 seconds, it's almost like the clicking, like you set your camera to auto click, so it will be clicking every 15 seconds by giving you the image. So it cannot miss a moment of cheating. Then Victor is asking, what if students dubiously turn off their network's connection? Yeah, that is interesting. So students will always do that, and then they will be telling you I'm offline. So it's you also to be strict, so that if somebody is doing that more than once, then you need to do them. So Daniel, could I get a copy of the recording? Sure, you'll get. I will share with you the recording, and then on the presentation. And how many students can one proctor monitor visually? Yeah, so you can see Dr. Bryson, you can always see one student at a time, but you can have a window, but you will always see one student at a time, because we have only twice, so you can always concentrate on one at a time. But with the AI, the AI will be capturing all the images at the same time. So it means it is more advanced than our human eye, because for us we can only be, if I have 200 students and the screens, even if we had screens for 200, you'll be seeing very, very small faces. But then the AI will be taking images, because it's personalized, or from all the accounts, and you can have that kind of review and summary. So the AI, the good thing about the AI is that you're giving it the red flags, so that you can go to those students with those red flags, and then you'll just be reviewing them. So it's actually helping you to proctor during the examination. Yeah, actually, it is an automatic, or what we call it, automatic proctor. So you could set your exams, set the rules and regulations, go doing your business, let the students do the exams, come back later, review, disqualify those who broke the examination rules. So that is something that can be done, but we encourage you to be there so that you can deal with the issues as and when they come. So I hope I've answered all the questions. We will share with you the recording after the session. Thank you very much. It's been a honor discussing the future of online examination with you. Once again, my name is Ominde. Have a good day and do take care.